Hi again, MULLEN fans, and welcome to class of 2024. I say that because there's probably a number of people who got out of the stock at the end of 2023 for tax loss harvesting purposes. In Australia, I don't need to do it in December. If I wanted to do that, it's more so at the end of June because our financial year is July to June. Anyway, so there might be a number of people who dropped off the stock, and it's understandable. It's had a shocking year, and it's one that a lot of people want to see in the rearview mirror. However, saying that, there was a bit of a more promising finish to the year than how the year played out. And that being that we were now seeing production and delivery of vehicles. MULLEN Automotive recently put out some PR saying that they fulfilled their goals of delivery targets for the MULLEN 3 and MULLEN 1 for the year of 100, and with the delivery of 141 and 100 vehicles respectively. However, I don't think that's quite 100%. I think they were actually slightly off because they did forecast for 150 of the threes, and you only got 141. 9 vehicles, not a huge issue. I'm sure they're coming in the days to come. But you also have to keep in mind that they revised those targets down significantly. I think there was about 353s was projected only a few weeks before. Obviously, there was some sort of delay in ramping up production, and there was some delay in Randy Marion being able to receive the vehicles. As we talked about here, there were issues with them securing the finance to buy the vehicles. So, you know, it's a good finish, and hopefully we can kind of start to see more ramping up of production. What's probably going to be really important now is when we get, you know, a bit of a summary of what's going on with the sales, we'll be able to look into what the profit margin is on these vehicles. Now, obviously, as a business, you want to be making and selling something at a profit. If MULLEN Automotive has thin profit margins, that's not going to be great because it's going to make it harder for them to obviously keep functioning without the need to raise more money. There is the issue that, there's the likelihood that being very early on in production that the profit margins are going to actually be quite thin, just because it is very expensive to get these processes and systems up and running. But over time, you would expect them to refine their processes and be able to, you know, improve the profitability on the vehicle. So it should be interesting when they put out their 10K that we might actually start to see, get an idea of what the profit margin is currently at on these vehicles. So that's something to look forward to. Now, the other bit of news that's popped up recently is on the 9th of January, MULLEN is going to be showing a production model for the 5RS. So that's obviously good news. It's something that's been delayed. Like this vehicle, they were meant to start production at the end of this year, and they've kind of pushed those timelines back a little bit, with production likely to start at the end of 2025 with 2026 deliveries. But they've also increased the number of reservations allowed from 5,000 to 25,000. So I think there is a bit of demand for this vehicle. That demand could be a little bit strained now that it's been delayed, just because, you know, the EV market's getting more and more congested. So, you know, people might say, well, I can get a EV now rather than waiting for this MULLEN 5. Anyway, but it's good news that we're going to finally see a production model of the RS5 on the 9th of January, and you know that's obviously going to be quite promising for the stock. Now, in terms of where the stock's going at the moment, we've obviously seen a bit of a sell-off yesterday and at the start of today. However, we've kind of rebounded back up a little bit this afternoon. We're currently sitting about 15 cents up at the time of recording. I think what's happened is that now that the holiday period is sort of finished, we've kind of seen a bit of return of institutional investing. We are also seeing a market that is slightly in the red at the moment. So, you know, the company's being affected by that. But overall, there's been some positivity for the company. And, you know, we're looking like we're going to accomplish another 2 days above the $1 mark, which I think means we're getting quite close to being halfway to re-achieving NASDAQ compliance when we get the 20 consecutive trading days above $1. So I think we're well on track to achieving that goal, and that's obviously good news for the company. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for this video. I hope you guys all had a great New Year's. You know, share your thoughts on MULLEN Automotive. Is this going to be a big year for MULLEN Automotive in 2024, or are you sadly expecting more of the same? Love to hear from you all. Anyway, have a great day. See you in the next one. Cheers.